Good morning. It is chilly in the mornings, but it's supposed to warm up here. It'll be nice. 74 on Sunday, they said. Anyway, we're going to shell corn today. We're going to shell a lot of corn today. We're going to finish the field that we're in, then we're going to move. Dad's going to probably run combine for us. Brock is going to be here and run cart. And Phil and I are going to truck so that we can keep up and move bushels. So, Phil's fueling up a semi-truck right now. We've got the top dry dryer burning. Have not started that one up yet because we just don't have that much wet corn. And Phil wanted me to check how full our big bin is. So we got to check some grain bins this morning. This one is the first one we filled. She's full. We can squeeze a little in there, but it's full. We may end up pulling some out of there to haul in for our contracts and refilling it anyway. That's the one we're interested in, though. It's rather dusty and dirty up here. Oh, fans are working. Okay, I realize you probably can't see real great. We just climbed in from up there. So we're checking to see how level it is, and clearly over there where our side draw is, it's low. There's a spot that's not filling quite even there. We've got a nice little mound in the middle. Aside from that, it's fairly even. So let's see, we're about a ring different. So right here at the ladder is the high spot, and we're right at the bottom of this ring. And then right there is the seam, and you can follow that down. Not quite a full ring over there, lower. So we can try and adjust our grain spreader that's up there, that big thing with long chutes on it, to try and get it to fill a little bit more over in that corner, but that's not too bad. So now we need to know how full are we. And I have no idea, you can't tell how much corn that we're standing on. So how many rings do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rings left. I believe this is a 16 ring bin. So we're almost half full. So we're standing on as much as what's above us, essentially. So, yep, that's good. Means we got plenty of room to dry into yet, but it means we got a lot of corn in here, and we're gonna have to haul some at some point. So now that we're out, we'll climb back up here to the top. We have some little inspection covers here we can open up, and you can see our distributor there. We can try and bend these tabs a little bit out in the direction that we want the corn to go. Take a quick look around while we're up here, because we're up here. It's cold and windy though, so I ain't hanging out up here. Let's get down. Oh, burr. All right, so we've got some room in our bin. That is good. Phil checked it yesterday. Is that yesterday? Yeah, today's the 20th, the 19th, and he said mostly level, low to northeast side, which is right where we saw it. About 3/4 of a ring, about 10 rings showing. So we're basically the same as what he saw yesterday, just a ring higher, 9 rings showing. Okay, before you safety police people out there yell at me, one, it steps almost the entire way up there. I don't need a harness to climb the bins. Not gonna do it, not gonna happen, so just stop. Secondly, getting in the bin. Yeah, okay, I know that is dangerous. Yes, you're right. But we're not pulling out of it. We have not pulled anything out of it. That is solid corn all the way from the bottom up. There's not any chance to have anything bridged because we haven't sucked anything out from underneath of it. It wasn't even coned down. There's no chance that there's an air pocket in there that could have collapsed or something for me to fall or sink into. So very, very little risk from that standpoint. It's not something I am worried about. It would have taken me, yeah, just that's fine, okay? And secondly, the first time that the millennial farmer says anything about cutting his hoodie strings off because they're dangerous, I get yelled at for having hoodie strings. Look, if my face is close enough to anything that's gonna catch this and rip my head off because I have a string on, I'm doing something stupid to start with. So, back off. Okay, I'm done now. That bin is indeed 16 rings, 54-foot diameter, 16 rings, holds about 120,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should be right about there. Right below that ring is about the level of the corn. Quick walk around, checking oils. Everything looks okay. Let's shell some corn. Give everything a second to warm up here. I wipe the windows down so we can see a little better today. Burr, it's a cold one. It is a cold one. The green tank covers are opening, but very slowly. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can get this on. Let's get started here. Well, these are short rounds here, but it's really good corn. It's amazing how good this corn is out here in the middle of the field. I mean, that's solid green. That's awesome. That is really awesome. These rounds averaging in the 230s, high 230. I mean, look at that. This dry yield number right here is since the last time I turned the unloading auger off, 235-ish. That's crazy. So I'm really happy with that. Now, these short rows over here are historically terrible, so we'll see if it drops off when we get over there. But man, if all of our corn is something like this, it's gonna be fun the rest of the way. I had a little bit left the front end rows here, but look, they are getting our fertilizer spread on our bean stubble in the field right next to it. Here is our some bean stubble that we ran a week or so ago, and they're getting the fertilizer spread on it. They have 2 tender trucks there to keep it moving. That's, yeah. Which we are putting 2 products on. There's a MAP, which is our phosphorus, our phosphorus product, and then a potash AMS blend that's for the potassium. So, yeah, that's good. Get it done, boys. A couple of deer right there. They don't know what to do. That's the wrong place to go. See if they go straight through and out behind Brock, or you'd scare them out. Oh yeah, there they went. All right, we got this one done. We're not quite sure if it's all going to fit on the truck there or not. I'm going to have maybe a touch left over. We're going to go back to the farm for fuel because where we're going, we're going to be there for a while, and there's quite a few acres, and we're going to do some beans. And we've got plenty of fuel for today, but I want to make sure we're full when we go over there. So, how'd we do here? 212? For real? That's fantastic. Almost 213. That's awesome corn on this field. We're gonna hit the 50-hour grease points on the combine while we're here. Shouldn't take a lot more fuel. Won't take long here. All right, combine's done. Brock's gonna get that tractor fueled up. That's the one that really needs it. It hasn't been fueled up in several days, so it's gonna take a minute. And we're greasing tracks on the cart and everything while we're here, and need to fill the auto luber as well. So this grain cart does have an auto luber, which Brock is pumping some grease in right now. It auto lubes some of the pivots in here, like this grease line, this one, these pivots and stuff, and you can see all the slop and the grease from that. It pumps for like a minute or 2 every hour or something, and keeps all of those lubed up. It cannot get the idlers and the bearings on those hubs, so you got to grease those every so often. I don't know if it's 50 hours or 20 hours or whatever. So, but we got some grease going in there. There's a few other grease points on the auger pole and that kind of stuff that we like to hit. And yeah, good to go for a while. Okay, we've made it over to the fields. So this is 102-day corn here that's got really good plant health. It's very bright colored and looks really good on the plants. We'll see what the yield does out here. This is a decent farm. It's just a pain because like we have to use this house next door's driveway to get into the field, but we can't pull trucks and stuff out there. So we've got to use the house lot that's behind us to get to trucks in and out, go through their driveway, which is okay. But there's actually 2 separate fields here. You can kind of see up there, and we have to load trucks back over in here. So we've got to open up this field and then jump into the other one and open up a big enough area that we can get trucks in and out. And yeah, it just takes a little while to get it opened up. It's not super easy to do and convenient, but that's okay. We'll take care of it. It'll be fine. I'm waiting for Brock to get here because I want to unload the combine before I jump into that other field, because we're again trying to track, you know, how many bushels off of each field and everything. So not that it's a super big deal, but we might as well try and keep them separate while we can. All right, we got unloaded there. We got enough opened up. We can jump over to this other field. I rode back in that truck with Phil, Dad's combine and Brock's carton. I'm gonna take the old International over, and Phil and I are gonna run trucks for the afternoon so we can keep stuff moving. These fields are 8-10 miles away, so they're long hauls. He would never keep up. Okay, well, I managed to make one trip with the truck to go unload it, and Brock's got to go. He's got a meeting or something here for a little while. He'll be back, but he had to go for right now, so we're gonna jump in cart for a little while. Hopefully Phil can keep up. Dad's gonna keep running combine. Do you guys see this stuff falling out of the sky? Can you see those on the hood? Those white things? Not cool. Not cool. It is snowing. So we've got to park these trucks here. It's not a great spot, but it works. It's the best that this field has. But it's uphill in their grass. There's a big drop off from the grass to the field here, so it's a real can be a challenge, and it's uphill in the field here. Doing this reminds me of last year and the horror that we had of wet fall, because it was so wet last fall. We were parking the trucks up there on the grass, up there kind of heading out, and this ground was so wet we could not drive up it with the grain cart. I remember there was one time it was fairly heavy loaded, and we came around this corner here and tried to turn to go up there, and the tractor just wouldn't make it. Kept spinning and sitting there on the surface. The cart didn't sink because we're on tracks, but we couldn't get enough traction to pull it up the hill. So, oh, how nice it is to have dry conditions in the fall. Dad is just finishing up this field here. There's some short rows here that they're just too short to worry about dumping on the go, so I'm just going to sit here and wait for them. I am trying to pull up the John Deere Op Center on my iPad so I can look at the yield map from this field, but it's being slow. I don't have great internet service here, apparently, which is shocking. I know that I would not have good cell service somewhere. Amazing. Maybe. Oh, it's loading. Could take a moment. Ah, there it is. Holy crap. That's fantastic. This is good corn. This was good corn. Dad says you should have used this variety for your corn growers contest. Yeah, it's 102-day corn. This is 102-day. Dang, that is good corn. I'll do a little pole dancing here. Get around this electric pole before we can unload on the go. Alright, I'm caught up for a second. Our camera inside the cart here is misaligned. Not looking where it's supposed to. So I'm gonna go fix it. Clear over there in the back corner. Alright. Now, while we're on the safety discussion for today, and you guys stop telling me what to do, don't look at this. See, we made it just fine. Now, this little guy should be right there, kind of pointing like that. The idea is to be able to see the corn piling up in the back of the cart from the combine, because I can't see it from the cab. See, now we can see from our camera, we can see that's the back of the cart. And so when we get to the point where it's full, I can use my arrow buttons to nudge forward or back and fill it, and I can see there. Brought up the screen again on this field. This is good corn too. This is dang good corn. Look at that. That's almost irrigated quality corn. Wow. We are, like I said, we're a long ways from our home farm. We're several miles away from where the irrigated field was. Like, the rainfall could have been totally different over here. The farm is a pain because of the road and the access and inability to get trucks in and out. But it's fairly productive if it's the right weather. It is wet, so getting it planted and harvested can be a challenge, but it'll grow a crop. Oh, there goes a couple babies. Right down. Oh, there goes the mom. Where's the buck? We're just about done here. One more round, it looks like. We do have another 65 right down the road here that's part of this same farm. A couple of different fields that are a little easier in and out of, but they're right on a main road. And yeah, last year we couldn't get the trucks in the field or in the edge of the field where we wanted to, so we actually had to cart the stuff out about a quarter of a mile or so down this road, the road that we're on now, where it tees into that field. And yeah, it was a mess, blocking traffic. Nobody wants to do that. Let's not do that. So we're getting them out in good shape here this year, and this was phenomenal corn. I hope the stuff down there is just as good, because this was outstanding. Done, done, done. All right, we're heading down the road to the next field. The landlord, actually the landlord's son, is up there at the house, and I asked him if he would pick us up and give us a ride back to get our trucks. So he is gonna do that, which is nice. So Dad, I'm gonna take this down to the end of the road where Dad's working there. Hopefully he's got the ends opened up, and then we'll come back, get our 2 trucks that are full. We gotta take them back to the farm. Phil, I just called him. He was just dumping the last truck, so we'll get caught back up here. It's like magic. We get back here, we got empty trucks, we turn around, we go back to the field. I'll let Dad take the nice truck. I'll drive the one you gotta actually move the lever around in. We'll go start shelling. Brock should be back in a half hour or so, and then I'll be back in the truck, and we can knock some acres out. Back over to the field. Brock just got back, so he's gonna run carts. I'm gonna run trucks. We gotta get this one turned around. Dad got some more ends off and opened up so we can get in and around here. And I get to wait for a full truck, which means I might get to, take some video or something. Let's make Brock nervous. He's got to get his monitor all set up. Ready? Nope, he's not ready. Nope. And go! Oh, that adjustable auger is so nice. That's a pile of corn coming out of there in a hurry. I've got a few minutes while we're waiting on a truck. Thought I'd walk out here and look at this corn just a little bit, see what we can learn here at harvest time. This is a different hybrid than the last field. This is 103 day. It's been a really good corn for us. We got a little bit of stalk issues now. Is this wildlife? Yeah, that's coon. So that's not the corn's fault. But let's see here. So when we push the corn over to the point where it's hitting the row next to it, you don't want to see the stalks break, which we are not. So the stalks look pretty good. They're not, outrageously impressive ears, but this is going to be decent corn. We'll see. Oh, there's a combine coming. Ooh, I should get out of here. Well, he wasn't in my rows, but he wasn't where I thought he was going to be. Thought he'd come up on the end there. I'll get out of the way. Well, they're sitting there dumping. You can see kind of how the corn head works a little bit more. I'm not getting close, but you can see those snapping rolls there spinning real fast. So the row gets caught in there and it rips the stalk down. And then the ear hits that plate right above them and it snaps off. Those are called the deck plates or stripper plate, deck plates. And then the gathering chains running there on top of it pull it up into the auger, which takes it into the feeder house through the center. So that's how the corn head works. Well, they're getting a little more of this opened up, so it's a little easier and safer to be looking at the corn out here instead of standing in the middle of it, because I had no idea he was going to dig this hole here. I thought he was just going to work from the south side over there, but yeah, we don't see too many broken stalks. In fact, that looks really good. Plant health looks excellent. There is a little bit of tar spot on it. Not too bad. We did spray fungicide down here. Really, the plants look pretty darn healthy. I'm pretty happy with the way this corn looks, and I'm sure that it's yielding fairly well too. So we're gonna try and get some unloading on the go shots here. I'm gonna be a cameraman for a little bit. Phil made it back, so he can take that first truck when it gets full. I'm gonna be hanging out here for a little bit. Looking at yield loss a little bit. It's higher here than it has been. It's still not horrendous levels or really that bad. I think we are getting more head shattering than we have been because this corn's starting to dry down. We're in the 19%, maybe even drier than that over here. I don't know. So we can make some tweaks, but it's not terrible. It's just getting worse than it has been. There we go. This is what I've been waiting for. Right now running over my GoPro. Oh gosh, let's see if we can find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be somewhere right in here. Oh, that may not have been a good idea, but I thought it would be a cool shot. I put it right in the middle row. Uh-oh. He's probably dragging it with him. Let's see if I can connect to the Bluetooth. Crap. We found it! It survived! Didn't even break it. Alright, let's see what we got. We found it! It survived! Didn't even break it. Alright, let's see what we got. I would just like to report that I have not shelled any corn on this field. I am sitting in a grain cart tractor. I'm not even operating grain cart tractor. I'm just sitting here. Those are rows of shame. That's a miscount. Well, I've been riding around with Brock for a while because I was waiting for him to fill a truck, and then before he got the truck filled, Phil came back. So he's taking another truck. So I'm really just totally worthless out here, just kind of hanging out, walking around. And I'm going to jump in with Dad now. I'm actually going to have to do something now. Take a truck back to the farm. We'll watch the grain cart unload one more time. Sample looks a lot better. That first load had a lot of cob in it, but I think it was just end rows mostly. Softer, smaller cob. Just get out in the field with the good corn. It cleans up a lot easier. We have some pretty sweet equipment, you know what? Man, that thing is awesome. Both the grain cart and the tractor. And the combine for that matter. Good enough. You guys want to see how fast we can unload a truck? Timer, right there. I'm gonna start it. We're gonna start the truck. We're gonna unload as fast as we can. Let's see what we can do. Let me get ready. Okay, here we go. Start. That is way too slow. Way too slow. Way too slow. 17 minutes something, whatever that timer said. That's not gonna cut it. Phil has choked down the slides on the pit that regulate the flow into the pit auger, because we kept shearing some bolts on the pit auger to the gearbox connection there. I think maybe they were over torqued and that's why they were shearing. I don't know, but we have an amp meter on our leg. Hold on. That we are supposed to be able to run up to 45 amps on the leg motor. It was only getting 34 there, so we need to open our slides back up. Oh, I wish my phone would do a better job showing you those lights. Man, that is cool to watch. That's a little better. Sweet. Anyway, we made it back to the field here, and truck is not quite full, but I bet it'll have it full this time. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Midland radios. They're a long ways away. Let's find out how far away are they. 8.5 miles. Clear as day. They can hear me, I can hear them. 8.5 miles, and that's real miles. Doesn't go through our grain bins in that direction, but that's pretty good. Well, the dryer's been running all day. We'll get our thermal cam out here and check stuff out again, looking for hot spots. You can see it's definitely not even all the way across, which I would kind of like to see. Appears to be cooler up on the top and the left there, although there's a hot spot right up there. I've got this thing set so it jumps around and it finds the hot spot within that box in the center. 135. I mean, that's pretty warm. This corn is a little drying a little slower, not necessarily wetter, just drying slower, and that's making it sit in there a little bit longer, so it's getting hotter. But if the fire's going to start, it's going to be up in the top corner. So that stuff up there, that spot right there, makes me just a little nervous, but it's only 100 degrees. We're probably okay. Let's go check the other side. Well, we've got a lot of heat coming from stuff over that way. That's the gas train right there. That's why that's 200 degrees. So you expect to see that there. Looking up top, yeah, it's a little warm right there in the sun, but you're only 75, 80 degrees. Like that's not hot. More heat on the ground. Those are the motors down there. They're on the other side, but truck. The gas line right there, that's the hot spot at 200. This thing is cool and handy. Oh, there's our phase converters running. See them? They're faced opposite of each other. That's why one of them's hotter on this end than the other one is. But 100 degrees, 120. It's not too bad. Got blurry there. Why'd you get blurry? Anyway, I just like going around shooting stuff with it. It's cool. I mean, look at the overhead there. That's awesome. There's a motor up there. See all the heat that's in the bins. They haven't cooled down. Yeah, this thing is awesome. Meanwhile, Dad's tired, so he's going to shut her down and quit, which is fine because the plan for tomorrow is to finish that field over there. There's probably 30 acres left, in the morning, and then we've got a bean field just down the road from over there. So we want to switch back to beans tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny. It's supposed to be warm. It should be a good bean running day. I talked to a neighbor today that was running beans. They said they were 13%. I don't know. I would have thought they'd have been wet as cloudy as it was, but we're going to switch back to beans tomorrow afternoon after we finish that corn up. And it'd be noon or 1 o'clock before we can run the beans anyway, so we can get that 30 acres done in the morning, no problem. Oh, all right. Spirits are good around here, especially quitting a little early tonight so everybody can get some sleep. But we're harvest is rolling along. We're doing really, really well. Hopefully we're going to finish the beans this weekend. Yields have been outstanding. We're all in pretty good spirits at the moment, so that is a good thing. But anyway, I'm heading home. Thanks for watching tonight. More corn tomorrow, then we're going to switch to beans. Hit that like and subscribe button for me, please, and have a great night, everybody. We'll see you in the morning.